I felt really optimistic when I woke up the next morning. Feels like today's task is gonna be a good one. I was still in a good mood when Erik began his announcement.
Good morning. So, some people apparently take issue with not being able to skip the task without gaining points.
Why would they think they could get points for skipping?
While I cannot allow someone to get the same or more points from skipping than someone would from actually completing a task, I have come up with a compromise. Whether you make use of it is up to you. People have complained about the clues being too strange. So today you will have no clue. Instead, the terms of the task will be plainly outlined. Head to your team's meeting room for instructions. That is all.
I wonder what's up with him. His speech deflated my spirits a bit, but I tried to shrug it off as I headed to the meeting room. Only Mr. Wolf was there when I arrived. This is like the first task meeting.
Good morning, Miss Archer.
Good morning, Mr. Wolf.
The others seem to be taking their time.
Yeah. Any idea what today's task is going to be about?
Not really. I mean, there was a guy here with instructions when I arrived, but he left. He said something about waiting until we were all here before returning. I guess he doesn't want to repeat himself.
Guess so.
Right, I'm here. Sorry I'm late, but can we start... Wait, where's Mr. Bandages?
No clue.
Maybe he overslept?
Maybe. I suppose there's nothing we can do about it except wait.
Someone could go wake him up. Right after I said that, he stumbled into the room.
Somehow, I don't think that's necessary.
Mr. Bandages, are you okay?
Fine.
You look a little under the weather, and that's putting it nicely.
I'm fine. Now can we get this started?
We have to wait for the instructions guy to come back.
Ugh.
He swayed on his feet.
Maybe you should take a seat.
Or go back to bed. This game isn't more important than you...
Cut it out! I can do this task, I'm fine.
Your definition of fine seems different from mine.
Mr. Bandages just glared at the count. The man with the instructions chose that moment to return.
Now that everyone is here, we can get this task started. Please, everyone take a seat.
We all sat down, but Mr. Bandages kept glaring.
Today's task is extra hard to make up for the chance to skip the game and still gain points. It's...
Mr. Bandages jumped out of his seat and slammed his hands onto the table.
The what?
I take it you didn't listen to this morning's announcement then. Erik added it in.
Why would he even... That's just stupid! Why the hell would anyone even bother with the task?
Actually...
What kind of lame-brained...
Sit down and shut up.
Why, you...
You look like you're on the verge of passing out, and your little hissy fit isn't about to change anything. So for once, just be quiet. Honestly, you're giving me a headache.
Mr. Bandages reluctantly lowered himself back down onto his seat. The man with the instructions cleared his throat nervously before continuing.
There is a way to skip the task, but I doubt anyone would try it. It's a luck-based game, and losing means you forfeit not only this task points, but yesterday's as well. There's only a 1% chance of success and...
I'll do it.
The hell you will! I'm not letting you throw away our chance to earn points!
Mr. Bandages has a point. Maybe we should see what the task is like before you make a decision.
Fine.
The task requires the four of you to collect certain objects from around the mansion.
That doesn't sound so bad.
Estate, that is.
Oh, the whole estate?
Yes, and the servants are not allowed to speak to you during this time. This task has a time limit of 1 hour, and the rooms the items are located in are booby-trapped.
Someone pissed Erik off, didn't they?
Is this task even possible to complete?
Depending on where the items are, it might be possible. But it'd take a lot of work, and I'm not sure Mr. Bandages could.
I'm fine. I can do this.
That's what you say, but your body seems to disagree.
Not like it matters. I'm taking the luck game.
But that's a 1% chance. Are you sure you want to?
Well, I'd love to say go for it. I have to acknowledge that the odds are against you.
Trust me on this.
You can't be serious. This is preposterous. Be sensible.
Sometimes being sensible isn't sensible.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Look, you're in no condition to go running around the estate, and what happens if you end up needing medical help because the exertion makes your condition worse? You can't win the game if you can't even play it. He turned to Mr. Wolf and the Count.
You guys can't let her.
I actually think she has a valid point.
Me too. I'd rather forfeit some points than risk your health.
What, do you guys care about me now?
Looks like you've been outvoted. Deja vu?
So, you're really going with the luck game?
Yes.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
I won't. He pulled out a small device from his coat and placed it on the table.
This machine will generate a number from 1 to 100. If you guess the right number, your team gets 5 points.
Okay.
What's your number?
28. The man starts the device.
I don't believe it.
What? What happened?
See for yourself.
He pushed the device closer to us. It chose my number!
Wow, that's amazing!
Looks like we have our own Lady Luck.
So we get 5 points now?
Yes, today's task is over for your team. I'll just be leaving now.
The man gathered up his things and left. For a moment, we all just sat there, stunned. Then the Count broke the silence.
So how did you get sick anyway?
I took a swim in the lake.
Why would you... You fell in, didn't you?
Shut up!
You probably should go back to bed now that the task is done. Stay away from swimming until after the game is over.
Get lots of fluids and plenty of rest.
Yeah, I'm going. All being around you guys is doing is adding to my headache.
All that suspense made me hungry.
Me too. Hey, wait! We didn't get breakfast!
You're right!
You could probably ask one of the staff to provide something. Or just get something from the pantry.
Sounds good. Where's the pantry?
I'll just show you.
Mr. Wolf and I followed the Count through the hallways until we arrived at a large set of double doors.
The kitchen is through these doors.
Even as he said it, he was already pushing one of them open. He went up to the nearest of the serving staff.
Excuse me. Could you see to it that Mr. Bandages has breakfast sent up to his room? He seems to be unwell.
The server nodded and set about to putting a breakfast tray together. I looked at the luxurious food being piled onto the tray. You can't give him that!
Miss Archer, I'm sure there's enough food.
That rich stuff will just make him feel worse. Give him something like porridge or chicken soup. The chefs looked uneasy at my outburst.
I apologize, but we are extremely busy preparing food for the other guests. There just isn't enough of us to be able to spare someone just to feed one person.
He's one of Mr.
Then I'll do it.
You can cook?
Well, yeah. I've had plenty of experience with most kinds of food. When you have an appetite like mine, learning to cook is only logical.
Food prepared by your beautiful heart will soothe any sickness. I'll leave you to it.
You know, I can help you to prepare the food.
Just as he said that, his stomach let out a loud growl.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. You just concentrate on filling your belly before it eats us. It's my fault Mr. Bandages is sick, so I'm the one that should do this.
Okay, but you remember to eat something too.
You're right. I should keep my sugar levels up, and I have just the thing. I pulled out the chocolate bar that I had been saving. After that first day, I always had one around for emergencies. I devoured it before I started making food more appropriate for a sick person. Once I've prepared everything and placed it all on the tray, the server comes to take it to Mr. Bandages, but I wave him off. He doesn't need to face a sick Mr. Bandages. Not when Mr. Bandages' temper seems even more volatile when he's sick. I picked up the tray and walked out of the kitchen when I realized something. I have no idea where his room is. Crap. I looked around for a nearby servant and was relieved to see one. Thank goodness they're always around. Hey, could you show me the way to Mr. Bandages' room?
Right away, Miss Archer. I could carry that tray for you if you'd...
I'll carry it.
As you wish. Follow me.
He led me through many passages until we arrived at Mr. Bandages' door.
This is his room, but I've heard that he's got quite the foul temper.
I know. Thank you for showing me the way.
Think nothing of it, milady.
I balanced the tray on one hand and knocked on the door.
What?
Breakfast.
I don't want it. Go away.
You need to eat.
What I need is for people to stop treating me like an invalid. Honestly, it's like everyone in this place has lost their minds. I'm more worried about catching whatever insanity seems to be going around than my cold.
I was worried about this guy. I pushed the door open, walked into the room, and slammed the tray down onto his bedside table. Eat your damn food!
What is this?
Food.
It looks odd.
It'll help you feel better. Not even sure why I bothered.
I'm not sure why you did either.
You are worse than Mira when she's sick, and that's saying something. She's practically a demon.
Mira,
My best friend.
you call your best friend a demon?
Only when she's sick.
Right.
She doesn't mind. She even finds it funny. She can be a lot to deal with, but I'd never trade her for anyone else. She's impulsive, outgoing, pretty blunt, but her heart's in the right place. I don't know why I'm telling you all of this. And don't think for a moment that you've managed to distract me. I didn't carry this tray all the way here for nothing. You will eat this food, even if I have to shove it down your throat.
You're not going to poison me, are you?
Trust me. If I wanted to kill you, I wouldn't use food to do it.
True. You'd probably be afraid that you wouldn't be able to resist eating the poisoned food.
Hey, I have some self-control.
I'll believe that when I see it.
He took a tentative bite of the food and chewed it slowly before speaking.
It's not bad.
Thank you.
Did you make this?
Yep.
Why?
It's kind of my fault.
It's not kind of. It's entirely your fault.
Hey, I tried to help you back into the boat. We could have come back to the mansion and dried off, but no, you had to pull me in.
If you had...
He was suddenly overcome by coughs. I rushed to open the flask of chicken soup. Here, drink this. I brought the flask to his lips and Mr. Bandages quickly glugged down the contents before choking.
Wait, why is there chicken in here?
Because it's chicken soup?
I see. Why is it in a flask then? It's not a drink, it's food.
You've never had chicken soup before, have you?
Never. It's the best soup I've ever had. I wonder if my chef knows how to make it.
Glad you like it. Now make sure you eat it all and get plenty of rest. We need you to get better to stand a chance at winning the games. Satisfied that I had done what I could for him, I left.
Let's Start Project.